I really thought this was the end, and yeah, I did think it was the end. And like for about 2 days in ICU, there was a moment when I just kind of stayed awake for 48 hours because I knew if I fell asleep, I wouldn't wake up.
For people like Lanre Ogundemu, blood donations from black donors are a matter of life and death. Sickle cell disease causes red blood cells to form into crescent or sickle-like shapes, which can get stuck in blood vessels and can cause excruciating pain. Many sufferers need regular transfusions just to stay alive. Most sickle cell patients have the RO blood type, and that is 10 times more common in the African and Caribbean community. However, only 2% of donors match this category, leaving a huge gap between the supply and demand for those who desperately rely on donations.
It's always urgent. We continuously always need to stop. Blood only has a 30-day life expectancy. We look at roughly, we need 250 more black donors a week to donate to support that.
Sickle cell is one of the fastest growing genetic disorders in the country, so a big increase in donations is greatly needed. Blood transfusions from the community saved Lanre's life. Now she's appealing for more black people to donate.
Right now, I'm talking to my black community. Please go out and give blood. It really is the difference between life and death.
We heard Lanre with that very, very strong appeal. Well, as part of Black History Month, social media heavyweight Steve-O the Madman and the African Caribbean Leukemia Trust has launched a campaign to encourage more black people to give blood. Now, they are working together to raise awareness in the community about the life-saving impact of giving blood. So happy to say that Beverly DeGale, co-founder of the ACLT, joins me now. Good evening to you, Beverly. So good to have you on the programme again.
Thanks for having me.
Let's first of all talk about the campaign,
Yes.
launched as part of Black History Month.
Yes.
What do you want people to do?
We want people to give blood. There is a huge disparity in the numbers of black people that are currently giving blood. Just 1% of blood donors come from the black community. But we have 15,000 sickle cell patients living in this country. A large proportion need well-matched blood. Now, if you just need blood once or twice, you can get blood from anybody that has the same blood group as yourself. But once you are someone that needs well-matched blood regularly, you need blood to come from within your community. In this case, we're talking about the black community.
You know, I've grown up with sickle cell in terms of had a family or friend, you know, at school, and there's a black friend who's living with sickle cell. I still didn't understand what it was and why it was. A mate would be in hospital one day instead of being at school. In terms of how it's life-changing for people when they do give blood to someone living with sickle cell. Just explain what difference it does make and why we do need people to come
Well, you
forward.
said at the beginning of the piece that when someone has sickle cell, their red blood cells are sickle-shaped or crescent-shaped, and unfortunately, at times, those sickle cells can get caught in the arteries of the patient, and it causes immense problems. It can lead to organ failure, and the pain is distressing. By having donated blood, it gets rid of the sickle cells that are in the blood, and it allows the person to live as normal a life as possible. You know, I don't want to say their life is normal because it's not, but blood transfusions literally transform a sickle cell warrior's life.
How many black people do you need to come forward to donate blood?
So just a couple of weeks ago, it was announced that the NHS need 250 blood donations every week from the black community in order to keep up with demand for sickle cell patients. So that's around 1,600 donations a month.
And it's really simple for anybody to go out there and
yes,
give blood.
just
People need to
go to our website, aclt.org. On the homepage, there is Steve-O's story about why we're doing this, and we just want people to register in very large numbers to donate blood and to help with the current crisis, the amber crisis of blood donation, but specifically to help black patients that need well-matched blood.